Okay, Max here. Back with a movie madness reaction with Mr. Andy Signore. Yes, Andy has resurfaced talking about Snyder Cultists and how they cannot just be happy about the future of DC and the Justice League. This reaction is more than likely going to have spoilers to the end of Peacemaker, the surprise cameo, so you have been warned. I will say I have mixed feelings on it. I do think, and I will probably stream about this tomorrow before we watch Andy's reaction. And you know what? Props to Andy for doing movie content instead of the bullshit he's been doing on his main channel. This is on Movie World, but then also has to call people cultists. Listen, there's a lot of that going around. I'm not going to. You may think I'm biased. I don't. Whatever. Everyone has their biases. I enjoyed Peacemaker. Overall, I like the finale more than I like the cameo. And again, spoiler warning, but the Justice League, well, not really the Justice League, appears in a cameo just for shits and giggles. How do I feel about that? I don't think it has any impact on the future of DCEU at all. I do think that, well, they do have the Flash with the Snyder cut Flash costume on. And it wasn't that important to me, that scene. It was fun because it's cool, like with the uh Suicide Squad or Task Force X. Why do they have to go on the thing? Well, the Justice League are busy. So I like that part of it. The execution, I listen, you can't get your main dude, Cavill, to make a cameo still. And I do think a certain way that it makes everything feel cheaper. Makes everything feel cheaper. And this is not just Marvel versus DC. This is Star Wars and all the other properties that deliver on cameos. Sony with Spider-Man, it's still Marvel, but it's another studio, Sony. They deliver on the cameos. I'm tired of the excuses. Cavill's been saying he wants to come back for how long? When you have to have a generic Superman as all the cameos, it feels generic, it feels cheaper. And listen, I don't put out that easy. You got to wine and dine me. And I'm not an entitled fan either. It's the bare minimum we can expect is the actual actor in the flesh to show up, let alone the execution, the content. And the content was just sex jokes. Okay, I'm not offended by it. I'm really not offended by it. I can laugh at that too, but there's still not a lot of substance to the overall connective tissues to all these shows in the future of the Justice League. What it does show though is people want to see the Justice League together again. That is kind of potentially exciting, but not when characters are missing and they're just shadowy figures and it's just lame. Um, that part was lame to me. I liked seeing Momoa and Ezra there. It was cool enough. But the only lines they have were jokes. The thing that executed better for me than the don't you have relations with fish was them showing up after Task Force X got the job done. That I think is executed perfectly. That is a great way to have the Justice League interact with Suicide Squad. The jokes, yeah, I mean they're funny to a point, but that humor, if it's only that humor, it wears thin on me, and I'm just like, it's cheap. It's a cheap joke. It doesn't take a lot of finesse to get that joke to go across. But let's get to Andy. Let me see here. It's been a while since I used this format because I'm doing this right before I go to bed. Okay, so I don't know if I'm going to watch this whole review, but he says Peacemaker is DC at its best. Improves in all caps. SnyderVerse Cultists don't care about the Justice League review. Now, before I even watch it, I will say that when you generalize people's opinions and you just say this is the reason they don't like it, I actually say, um, let me remove this. I care a lot about the Justice League and all the actors in the Justice League. Cavill, Godot, Fisher, uh, Ezra to the least extent. I still like Ezra. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sold on Ezra. Nothing against the dude. I wish him success. And definitely Momoa. And I want to see them succeed. And I care a lot about not dollar store Justice League. Dollar store Justice League. Now, I know in the Flash too, they want to create a new version of Justice League. I'm like, you know what? I'll keep an open mind. Show me what you got. If it makes me keep wanting the old, I want Justice League. I want the Justice League to continue, and I want Mother effing Darkseid. All right? And that is not entitlement. That is bare minimum what we should expect from the Justice League and their biggest bad. It's like pathetic that we have to ask for this. A continuation of the Justice League in Darkseid, a great villain, and the Justice League to be there instead of just shadowy figures, or in the case of Shazam, just the chest of Superman with his head cut off. I'm sick of this bullshit. And that's fair to criticize. That's not being a Karen. That's being extremely fair and critical. All these other series, all these other properties, they can make it happen. WB still can't. Now it's potentially, it was just done. I'll give the benefit of the doubt too that it wasn't planned that much in advance and they were just available at the time. If that's the situation, if that's the best they could do and it was just extra, yeah, I could roll with that. But I want more. And that's not too much to ask. Okay, so let's get to you know what? I'm gonna subscribe to Movie World Plus. All right, because Andy, get back to movie talk.
Welcome to Movie World Plus. I am Andy Signor, and I loved James Gunn's Peacemaker Season 1. I have to give us a round of applause. In fact, I'm going all 4 buttons.
Okay, now I think Peacemaker, me personally, was way more successful than the Suicide Squad to me. There's some episodes that fell a little bit flat. There's some really great action. There was amazing action in the end, the last episode. Hit and misses on the episodes. I do think the character was character development. I think they do the same jokes over and over for certain things, and it gets annoying. But you know, I like the characters a lot. I like all of them, and I think the finale was great. The thing that at the cameo of the Justice League was not a bad moment or anything for me. It just wasn't as good as the episode altogether. For me, I didn't like rock my world. It like maybe my expectations were higher because a lot of my friends said, you know, this is a great future for DCEU. I don't see this doing anything. It's just it exists on its own as a joke here. Okay, I don't think it has any relevancy. It gets again with this WB with this cherry pick. Okay, they're here. What does this mean for the future of Justice League? Absolutely shit. Maybe I'll make a video on that tomorrow. It means absolutely nothing. It's there. They still exist, but it means absolutely nothing for the future of their characters. Not that it should have some high relevancy of what's going to happen to them, but it just existing on its own. And they cherry picked for this moment for this series. It doesn't really mean anything, really. Nothing negative or nothing positive.
I mean, bravo, sir. Bravo to this entire cast. This might be my favorite DC thing I can think of in a while. It might even be my favorite James Gunn thing he's done to this date. I'm gonna review season
Oh
one, but
no, my favorite James Gunn is still Guardians of the Galaxy 1, and I really like Brightburn. I really did not like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And I don't hate it. I haven't rewatched it. I'd much rather rewatch the first one.
also going to talk a little bit spoilers later. I'll give you a warning about the finale. If you've not yet seen
We
it,
might skip ahead to the finale. Spoiler warning.
Duck out before you get to the part, and I'll warn you. But what he does by the end is he just let the SnyderVerse cultists
Here he goes.
shoot themselves in the face.
No.
Just to prove why nobody wants to help them anymore and why nobody ever will.
Nah, wow, he's going back to old tricks again. Look at this. Andy Signori going back to old tricks again. The Snyder Cultists. I'm not speaking for everyone, but I think it's fair to criticize. And I'm not, the bar is just set so low that people are happy with anything. I'm not happy with anything. I want some effort here. I want some respect for the talent across the board, directors and actors and actresses. And I don't want every continuation or anytime I see them just to be for a joke in a throwaway scene all the time. Give me something better. Give me something better. The bar is so freaking low that if Marvel did this and instead of Robert Downey or some other really cool character in the Avengers showed up and they're not really there, it's a CG or a body double with their face dark, people would be upset there too. Be consistent. What do you expect of Marvel? It's not too much to expect. What do you expect of Star Wars? They are going to bring characters in unless the characters are older or unfortunately no longer with us. They are going to make it happen. Even Disney, Lucasfilm with Kathy Kennedy can accomplish this, but WB can't. So yes, I'm not too entitled. Enough with that shit. We deserve better. We do. Now, in a certain situation, I understand Gail was busy with having her child, and they still can't make the Cavill situation progress, and that is disappointing. And it's in the public sphere that he still wants to do it, and they still can't make it happen. That's a huge failure. Huge failure.
And he gave us all DC fans something beautiful and amazing, and these pricks are still criticizing. It's unbelievable. So we're gonna get there, but before I get there, I want to focus on the positive that is Peacemaker. Guys, this show was fantastic, gruesome, funny, moments of drama. John Cena got to step up as an actor, crying tears. Like I bought it. I felt for him.
I do agree. I think he's become a better actor with the series. I think it's got him a chance. Besides his wrestling career, now is this the character he spent the most time with? I'm really impressed with John Cena. So far, I agree with Andy, except his little jabs at the Snyder Cult.
Turn mid-season where we get to learn more about his father and Robert Patrick.
I'm gonna see if I could skip ahead.
And what he did to his own brother. And John Cena really got to show some acting chops. I was massively impressed. Add to that the entire cast. I mean, you got James Gunn's wife, who I've never, didn't know much about, but she steps up in this role like crazy. And I know it's his friend here, Steve Agee, who also gets to have such a fun role here. The entire cast is just so fantastic. They connect.
This is a great day for New York.
Let me skip ahead here.
Balls that the show has. So overall, I can't speak highly enough of Peacemaker season 1. I'm on board. I can't wait for more. I hope he gets to do more DC TV properties. This is where he's shining so brightly. So bravo to James Gunn, the entire team. I'm a fanboy of this now. I'm on board. John Cena, everybody on Team Peacemaker. Fantastic work. Fantastic work. Now, moving on to the separate topic. Of course, can all DC fans just finally be excited and appreciate a win? No, of course not. You know who can't? The SnyderVerse Cultists. And these are the cultists. Now, look, again.
Now,
there are.
I have an issue just calling people cultists with that's dismissing their opinion that that they can give a critique of how the Justice League's next appearance after both Joss Whedon's version and the Snyder Cut appearances. We could be critical and we can expect better. And it's, I'm so sick of this mentality that you should just, you're beggars for people that listen. These are huge properties that make lots of money, and we should be able to ask for quality and not just dollar store Justice League. Dollar store Justice League. Yes, I want to see the Justice League. I have a little bit of expectations, not unreasonable expectations on that. And I don't always want it to be a throwaway joke because the Justice League is a joke. Justice League is not a joke to me. It can be a joke. I can laugh at jokes. I get dick, fart, and sex jokes, but that's all you got. That's low-hanging fruit. It's not next level. That kind of comedy, there's a place for it. I'm okay with that. But it's, it's not that impressive to me. And I'm not offended by it either. I'm not offended. It's just, I think we deserve better. I think all around we deserve better. To dismiss the opinion just to say, oh, we're never happy. No, I at least want to see these characters done justice. They're called the Justice League, and I want them to have justice for their characters, for all around. And I don't need Zack Snyder just to come back. I just want justice for the characters, and I want to see motherfucking Darkseid again take on the Justice League. And that's also not too much to ask. No.
Plenty of people who are fans of Zack Snyder's work that are also fans of this Peacemaker show and what they did at the end of this episode and everything else. But my God, these cultists that I warned you about ages ago.
Oh, here we go.
I warned you about ages ago. These people are horrific. They just can't let it go. And it's not about DC. It's just about, I need Zack's vision. Zack. My God, guys, move on.
No, I'm not moving the fuck on. You move on. You have moved on from movie topics, and you come back with your little pokes poking the bear. We have enough to criticize here. I expect better. You should expect better. I am not trashing this property. I thought the finale was great. I think the implementation of the Justice League after watching it wasn't horrible. It's just it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to me. I think we deserve better. Everyone involved deserves better. And I'm sick of being treated like I'm not a child. I'm not a child. I don't have to show up and say, thank you, sir. Can I have some more? When it's bullshit. When you're fed bullshit, I'm not going to thank you and say, I give props to people and companies that reward consumers with Easter eggs and treating everything with respect. And it's still, this is more cherry picking. Doesn't mean anything for the future. Doesn't mean anything's erased. Again, hyperbolic situations on both sides. Nothing's erased. Nothing's forward. Doesn't mean anything. It's a joke. It's on for a joke. I laughed a little bit. I saw it on Twitter beforehand, and then I watched the episode, and I'm like, really? That was the whole context of the whole experience was that little clip. You bring them in. That's all we got. That's it. Besides the joke about Aquaman loving, I have to get to bed. I'm going to have to cancel this. I'm going to have to wrap this up, this reaction. But besides that, I thought Peacemaker's F you, you're late. That was funny to me. That was really good. I like that. But wouldn't it have been great to get Cavill with a little cup, Superman's come back a little bit with that, or Wonder Woman, but you're not going to get that. And that's what we deserve. And that's not too much to ask. I'm so sick of being told, be happy with what you get, you little bad children. Just be happy. You're not my parents. You're not my parents. Don't treat me like I'm your child. I'm not a child. I'm a grown adult that can support and ask for everything I want. And just because I am a paying customer, I pay HBO Max gladly, and I'm allowed to ask what I damn want. And it's not toxic to ask, to just give us a little bit. Yeah, there's one thing that's real positive about this. We know people want the Justice League. We want the Justice League, and not just a dollar store version of it. Now, it's subjective if you think this was a dollar store version of the Justice League or not. I feel it was. I'm sorry. I feel it was. Aquaman was great. The Flash was great. But yeah, I mean, Barry's delivery of the line, Ezra did a good job of delivering the line, but it did that his delivery too. Well, don't you? I didn't believe it. Just like in the Suicide Squad when Peacemaker said, "I'm going to eat a bag of dicks for peace." I didn't believe the different delivery there. I don't think he believes that, and it just didn't fit. It was just done for the joke, for the laugh, and that's it. All right, let's see what else you say.
And I get so frustrated still to this day that Zach can't see this powder keg that he left brewing and walked away.
Oh,
from.
no.
And I understand.
Now you're weaponizing. Now look, he's trying to make Zach a villain again. Zach has nothing to do with people on Twitter. Okay? There's nothing to do. He has said that James Gunn is his fan, and stop with this bullshit that all these social justice weirdos on the internet do and try to say that he's responsible. He is not responsible for this. Don't stop making as much. This is where you get something from me. As much as he's upset about the other side, you're being a douche too by making Zach a villain when he has nothing to do with this bad behavior. Nothing to do with this bad behavior. Now, I disavow this too. But don't link this to Zach. That's a bullshit move.
He's responsible for our meanest fans. I get it. I'm not, but at a certain point, I feel like there's a responsibility a filmmaker has, or any celebrity has.
You just said I don't. You just said I'm not, but that's what you are saying. You preface this with saying I'm not, but then you are saying it. Unfortunately, real talk about the internet. Sometimes you can't address everything because wackadoodles on the internet, once they realize they have your attention, they don't stop. So it's not always a good thing, especially if you're a big celebrity. No, it's not. And that's bullshit precedent that you're trying to set for him. Nope. I will not allow it. No.
Be like, yo, come on. Bravo, James Gunn. Nice work. How is this disrespectful to Zack Snyder's work? I don't get it. Well, I mean, we'll explain it because I'm about to spoil it.
Well, it's disrespectful to. It can be seen subjectively as disrespectful to a generic version of the Justice League, and just for jokes. Which I'm okay for the joke. Doesn't offend me. Doesn't make me think that everything's ruined. Nothing's ruined for me. I just want to see better.
But I wanted to sort of give you a little bit more before I tell you to tune out if you haven't seen yet. I implore you, if you haven't yet seen it and you haven't had it spoiled by all these Zack Snyder fans, which everybody is here. This guy, the smart Alec, who I was going to compliment and I liked, immediately blocked me because so many people are just so frustrating. Thanks, Alec. Well, you can't block all accounts, but I'm going to give you props even though you blocked me. He's right. You can't go 2 seconds in this algorithm without these Snyder cultists going out there and spoiling and raging about a finale because the dad won't return with the milk.
Now, I had this spoiled for me by people that and friends that don't like Snyder Cut fans, not by Snyder Cut fans, but a few places. So, you know. All right.
Store and get back together with mom. I couldn't have said it better, Alec. You can block me all you want, but your comments are on Twitter. They're public, and we're all going to see each other. And he's right. And to know that even the people that hate me, I can tell they're annoyed because they don't want me to be right on this topic. But we told you this from years ago. We told you this, and Ray Fisher has been egging this on for so long. And it's just not healthy anymore. It's not okay. This fandom is beyond divided. It's
I know it's a hot take, but I like Ray Fisher. I do think he is egging people on. He is egging people on. I did see some. It's not. We all know why Cyborg wasn't in there. I'm not criticizing them for not having Cyborg in there, because if they had a stand-in for Cyborg, that would have been worse. That would have been worse, because then you can't have the actor and you replace one of your first black superheroes in your on DC on film with a CG character. That would be lame. So I understand why Cyborg wasn't in there, but the rest, I don't know. I don't know. So I kind of agree with I do think Ray has to slow down, but you know what? Who doesn't think he has to? Zack Snyder. He's cast him in Rebel Moon. Okay. Well, this has taken longer than I was expecting. I'm sorry, viewers.
It's hateful. It's toxic. And yes, every fan base has their aggressive, annoying, fans, but there's just something different about these Snyder fans, and it's all over Twitter right now. I'm trying to find more examples. There's plenty of them, but I guess I should have warned you. Sorry, warning. I didn't give you the warning. I apologize. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning.
Built to chew.
Oh, I need to get one of those for Callie. That looks pretty good. I like that dog.
There we go. I tried. I didn't tell you what it is. Hopefully you didn't see it. I didn't really tell you much. Trust me, there's more to it. Spoiler warning. So if you didn't see the finale, go watch the finale. You might have saw a tease. Wait, what? Yes. Don't hear anymore. Even that, if you saw what I just showed you by accident, and I'm sorry, even if you saw what I just showed you, tune out right now. Go watch it. Go watch the show, and then come back, and you can finish this later because it's worth it. It surprised me. It was fun. It was good, and now I'm going to spoil it for sure, and I'm going to show it to you. So I warned you. Y'all are mad the Justice League came back. It just proves they don't even like DC. They just like Snyder's films, or they just want to be hateful. They just want to keep rallying up this toxic.
No. I don't agree with this take. I don't. I am mad because, well, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed that we still have to have generic Justice League, or not the whole thing. If you're going to do it, represent. I'm not mad about it. And just because I'm not, this is the popular opinion now. Just because I don't like it, it's not just because I just want SnyderVerse 3 restored. It's not. It's because I want the Justice League restored. Restore the Justice League. How about that? Bring back Darkseid. # bring back Darkseid. Restore the Justice League, because we are getting a mishmash Justice League. Some here, some not, all various reasons. And you know what? Where does the ball drop with? Where does it? Who's responsible? Is WB. That's who it comes down to. So for all these other reasons, there's a reason this, there's a reason that. There, the only one that I would say had the ultimate reason not to do it was Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot. And then the other reason was Batfleck. But if you treated him better, maybe he'd want to do more things. And that is ultimately WB as well. So it's because I care so much about the Justice League. And I don't even necessarily need the Snyderverse restored. I need the Justice League restored. Because we got Justice League. Besides getting Zack, the Snyder cut out, we got a great Justice League movie. And are we getting another one? Not really. Not really. And that is not good enough. I'm sorry. You brought the Avengers to screen. Marvel. It was an epic moment for all fans and nerds. And seeing the Justice League after all the false starts, all of the years, even before Zack Snyder was even in the picture, bringing the Justice League, we finally have it. And then we have to do generic and a bunch of excuses, and it's just for a joke, and there's no real point to it at all, except that within this episode, and that's it. It doesn't move the meter, move the barometer for the future of DCEU. It just is what it is. And that's the way it is. That's the way WB has been. It is what it is. It's all over the place. It's a shit show. And that doesn't make me a hater. That makes me realistic. And I'm not just going to beg for more when you're not accomplishing goals in what was promised. You promised the Justice League. We got the Justice League. I want to see Justice League. It's as simple as that.
This movement. And man, I love Snyder, but there are other ways to do things. I mean, how can anybody be upset by this image? How can anybody be upset by this image? First of all, that looks like Henry Cavill, and it's not James Gunn's fault that he couldn't cast Henry Cavill. It's above his pay grade.
Right.
I agree with that. The studio.
I agree with that. I'm not mad at James Gunn. I'm mad at the studio. Good take.
For that, but at least he put him in there, and I think kudos for putting him in there. And then you see, it looks like Aquaman, looks like the Flash, looks like Wonder Woman. Now people are upset though because they're like, "Where the hell's Batman and Cyborg? Where the hell are they?" Look, when I saw this, I thought, man, this is a big threat. But maybe Batman's on comm. Maybe Cyborg's in with them. Maybe they're at Drive-In 2 here, and they just didn't get here yet. My God, people are such judgmental.
All right. I could get with that a little bit, but we all know. But if you're gonna have, do you know what a moment could have been? Do you know what moment it could have been? It brought everyone together if you just put Cavill in there. If you just put Cavill in there, and it wasn't just the joke, and that's it. That's why. But I agree. It's not Gunn's fault. It's not Gunn's fault. I think that's where we'll leave off this reaction. I do agree with Andy there. It's not Gunn's fault. It's the studio.
Jerks on Twitter these days. The fact that we got these 4 was enough for me. It was epic. It doesn't mean that there was a slight, but of course.
You see it. Oh, look at Mercury. Oh, God. Mercury does give the Snyderverse fans a bad look. He does. Look at this. Perfect. You give Andy Signore ammo. Good job, Mercury. Are you surprised? Okay, I was going to leave off, but we got to hear this first. But I will point out, it was enough for me. No. I'm not settling. I'm not, it didn't blow my skirt up. If I put out, I want to be wined and dined. But who is surprised that Mercury makes an appearance in the Andy Signore video?
Of course, James Gunn erasing black people from Justice League. Gunn doing it during Black History Month. Now, Mercury here has blocked me, and I blocked him ages ago. He's like the king of the Snyderverse, aka the Snyderverse. My God, his whole entire thread is just bashing this, and then playing victim because people are over this drama and don't care anymore and just move on. And these people are insane. Look, you can like this movie. You can be sad the movie's not there, but these movements are just over. No one cares anymore. No one cares anymore. You guys, sure, I get it. You guys care. But to people saying Ray Fisher quit playing Cyborg, he was fired. No, he wasn't. And thank God there's people in the thread who are reminding.
Yeah, no. He wasn't. He wasn't fired. He took it to another level. He could have been in the Flash. He could have been in the Flash. I'm not a fan of Walter Hamada, but what he asked of Walter Hamada, you know what? Good job, Andy. Good job. I'm now subscribed to your Movie World Plus, and I'm giving you a like. And that's where I'm going to leave off this reaction. Thank you for watching. More to come tomorrow, and maybe more reactions too, because I'm enjoying doing them. I'll see you later.